So in order to connect with our horse, in order to have a lovely relationship with our horse, we need to be present. And it starts not just with our physical presence, but with our thoughts. So the next thing I would like you to see is, when does your horse pay attention that you're coming? Can you see Gus and JB back there? They've already noticed that I'm coming. So I want to take this opportunity and connect with them. Oh, you noticed me. How wonderful. Thank you. And our love bubble that we want our horse to be included in, I can expand that all the way to my horse, whether my horse is right in front of me or way out in the pasture. It really doesn't matter. So these guys are just hanging out. I'm not quite sure where Cash is. There is Gus and JB and Cooper. And they're all paying attention to me. So I already have established a connection before I go into the pasture. And sometimes they're facing us and they're looking at us. And sometimes it's just an ear. So we need to be really conscientious of the whole body language of our horse. If you can see JB here, his ears are on me, and Cooper's ear is on me. And that's already connection. And talking about spending quality time with our horses, undemanding time, where we don't have a plan of getting things done, but where we just are. We need to practice being. So all I'm gonna do here, I'm not even gonna touch my horses. I just walked over here and I'm part of the herd. So let's see what they do. They're still hanging out. And now Gus is going to the water. So how about I'll just join them. And JB, he is the one that literally loves contact and likes to be close. So he always comes right up. And at the same time, JB has this history of his zone 1, his head, and having somebody put a halter on him 24/7 because they couldn't catch him. And then he would offer to bite them because he felt violated. So off and on, this pattern still shows up, and he doesn't want to be touched in his face. So there is a part of me that needs to recognize that and needs to honor that. But at the same time, we're having the opportunity to have a conversation about this issue, right? Because he is telling me off and on, not always, like right now, it's wonderful, right? But he's telling me and other people that come here to 𝐍𝐶 Farm to work with the horses once in a while that he's not ready to be touched. And so if I were to say, oh, don't be so fussy, let me touch you, I just would have violated his boundary. And I would have just set a mental brace and tension in my horse. And it might show up with a little wrinkle. It might show up with his head just moving a little bit away from me. It might just show up with him completely leaving. And that could be physically or mentally and emotionally, where a horse just checks out because they had so many times the experience that they had no choice. So part of approaching my horse is that my horse needs to know he has a choice, she has a choice. This idea of giving my horse a choice. Like right now, I'm walking over to Gus, and I'm just gonna stand there with him. I don't necessarily have to touch him. I can just offer connection, and he is offering physical connection. And then I can say, I love that. Thank you so much for checking in with me. Our horses should be in no way different whether we approach with a halter, a stick, a string, a lead rope, or we just come by ourselves without any tools. There should be no difference. So try that next time. Is there a difference whether you show up with the halter or whether you just come on your own? And Cooper is blowing on me. He's so cute. I missed it. He just had his head in my lap and was blowing his breath on me. And Cash just came right there. There she is. And JB just decided to come over and hang out with Cooper and me. So I hope you'll do these hangout sessions with your horse or your horses too. And you're just part of the herd by being with them. We don't do that very often. A lot of times we're human doings and not human beings. So this week, practice being a human being with your horse and become part of the herd. Thank you so much for listening. Use the comment section. I love you all for being here and for participating and for wanting to make a difference for your horses. Thank you and be blessed.